Hello everybody, I'm attorney Carmen Dellutri from the Dellutri Law Group, and I want to talk to you something today which kind of pertains to what a lot of people are going through right now. There's fear out there, there's panic out there, and I don't want you to have fear or panic. This is a time to sit back, take a deep breath, and start making plans. One of the things that's going to happen is a lot of people are going to consider filing bankruptcy. And when they're choosing their bankruptcy attorney, I want you to keep one thing in the back of your mind. When I was a kid, my dad owned a Sunoco gas station in New Jersey. Growing up in that gas station, I learned a lot of life lessons. One of those lessons was, if you need an oil change, get an oil change. If you need an engine, you get an engine. The difference is where you go to get the car fixed. If you go to a place that just replaces engines, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be recommended that you change your engine in your car. When my dad used to say that to me, I'd be like, I don't understand what you mean, because we did everything from oil changes to engine jobs. In other words, our shop was equipped to handle the whole spectrum of services depending upon what that customer needed. Flash forward 40-something years to today, and now we see a similar thing in our practice, the practice of law. Some consumer bankruptcy law firms only handle bankruptcy. They don't handle consumer protection. And that's interesting because you may go to visit that law firm with a debt problem. And what happens? They recommend a bankruptcy, when you might have had another available option without filing bankruptcy. In our opinion, bankruptcy should be your last option, and only file bankruptcy if it's your best option. But what if you came to see somebody and they recommended you get an oil change rather than change the engine? Because that's all you needed. But if they can't handle that for you, guess what's going to get recommended to you? You need a new engine. That's where we're different. When I started building the Dellutri Law Group 22 years ago, it was with the vision of being able to provide consumers with a wide variety of options available to them. And we won't handle it, or wouldn't handle it at that time, unless we were capable of handling that option for the client. So when an individual comes and sees us, the first thing we talk about is options. Do you need an oil change, or do you need an engine job? And that's really the difference. If the attorney you go and visit doesn't handle oil changes and they recommend an engine job, you need to ask about your options. What are my options? Do I have to file bankruptcy, or can I do something else? If they don't recommend other options, or they don't tell you why the other options are not available to you, then you probably need to seek a second opinion. I'm attorney Carmen Dellutri, here to help you. If you would like to get a copy of our book, How to Find, Interview, and Hire the Best Bankruptcy Attorney in Town, fill out the form below this video and we'll send it to you for free.